would say one of the things for me as a meteorologist and a scientist that sort of helped in looking into the face of the climate research that's come out, right? The numbers that come out, the suggestions, the policies that are trying to be enacted and so forth is I find a lot of interest in historical events do help dealing with what's going on right now. For example, we had the terrible on the East Coast about a year and a half ago, these terrible Canadian wildfires that brought the awful air quality down into the Northeast in New York City. Now, I know you're probably familiar with this in Denver. I've lived there as well. Along the mountain ranges can sometimes happen as well. And the air quality can be really dramatic and change quite drastically. And so immediately, sort of the media response went to, oh, it's climate change, the world's on fire, it's burning. And that could trigger anxiety and really upset people. But there actually is some fascinating stories historically of right after the American Revolution, late 1700s, where they had reports from revolutionary soldiers and armies about the skies going black in the East. And what they did later, almost 150, 200 years later, they went back to Canada and looked at the tree rings and found the climate data that showed forest fires had occurred in the late 1700s, created this blackening of sky in the Northeast. And it explained how the skies went dark in New York City way back in the day. And so I think some of the historical situations can help